I just watched a short clip on Rachel Maddow on Fox News about all these politicians and the unemployment in the United States. And some of the comments are like friggin' insane that people on unemployment, collecting unemployment, if you feed them, they will breed. Um, that you shouldn't feed them, shouldn't give them food so they won't breed. That they're lazy or they'll do drugs, and anybody that's collecting unemployment should take a drug test. It's just friggin' insane. And I've got this guy coming onto my channel. I'm not in the States, but it's a global thing. We're starting to recognize that the guys that are controlling the whole system are nothing but friggin' criminals. It's like playing a game Monopoly where only the few own Boardwalk and Park Place. They make the system, the game look like it's running until they own everything. And, you're stimulating out of debt. So even if you do have unemployment, I mean, if you're paying into unemployment, where are all those unemployment funds going to? If they don't bank it for when people need it, wouldn't the people controlling it have a little bit of a problem? I suggest that we start castrating some of these leaders so they don't breed, because their mentality is pretty friggin' stupid. But getting back to this guy that keeps bugging me, in one way, I'm kind of really happy that there is this big depression coming on and that there is this big catastrophe going on. Um, in a way, I'm happy about it. In a way, I'm not. Because how many times, how many years have you seen people that are homeless? How many years have you seen third world countries of people suffering? There's a cause to everything. Um, and it was Newton that came up with the concept that everything has a cause and you can predict the future based on the causes. If you can recognize the causes, you can predict what's going to happen in the future. At the same time, there's science that says you can prevent everything if you can see the causes that will create problems. But a lot of these rulers, these politicians, don't know shit, and they can't see the causes or the end result that they create, so they're still playing a bad game. And then you get the public buying into it. Oh, they wouldn't do that to you. And you get these truthers, you get these conspiracy theories. They're the ones that kind of know something's going on, and they're kind of help us, there's something wrong. And these manipulators have brainwashed, you know, other people that are being manipulated, but they're still playing the game of Monopoly. They still have their houses, they still have their stuff, and so they're all happy. But so they can't see that this is going to happen to them. It's only a matter of time before it happens to them. Just like this Canadian taxpayer. This guy obviously is really pissed off about where the government's spending the tax dollars. He can't really comprehend that I'm on the same page as him. I'm on a long-term disability. There's a cause that has me on this long-term disability. Those single mothers on welfare? Well, there's a definite reason why I'm on this system. I sure don't want this system. I don't want to be on it. I would do just about everything to get off it, but I'm not about to go and do harm to other people, which has been my point, and I think I've said it in a lot of other videos, that why do you think a lot of these homeless people won't go back to work and go back into the system? They kind of know the system's fucked up. They kind of know if they do something and get involved in it, they will be doing harm to other people, and because they've been harmed, they don't want to participate in the system that does harm other people. So to this Canadian taxpayer, all he does is criticize me, and I'm just like the lowest thing on the planet. Well, maybe everybody needs to get unemployed. Maybe we need a big oil catastrophe so that everybody's air gets polluted, so you can say, see, I told ya, and then you can say, I'm right. But, you know, all of this can be prevented if enough people just kind of open up their minds to hearing a different reality, that what you believe to be true is not exactly true. If you see something that you don't like, trust that there's a cause that's creating it all the time. So the comparisons with this Canadian taxpayer, it gets even better. I'm doing much better. I've abandoned the healthcare system because it seems if I followed any of their advice, I kept getting sicker. So I don't want to be on a welfare system. So in order to do the healing, I've done a lot more research and started doing things on my own by focusing on what the causes are. And if you cure the causes, you cure the illnesses. So it's been working really great for me. I've been posting that I'm working on a book that's coming along really good, and I'm working on putting some seminars together that kind of shows you how reality is created and controlled, how um, problem solving, the cutting edge problem solving. Guess what? Somebody that's gone through hell, somebody that has experienced the most corrupt system, they tend to read a lot of books, a lot of self-help books. They kind of want to research as much as possible of, okay, how do you solve this problem? So typically the guys at the bottom, if you can keep your mind, if you can not fall into the trap of what the system is trying to do, which is to destroy you, if you don't let it destroy you and you keep on that search and finding information, guess what? You'll find the information. So now that I'm doing better and I've been posting that, hey, things are going good, this guy's felt the need to say, oh, good, now you can get back to work and you can start paying your taxes and you'll feel so much better being a member of the tax-paying community. And it's like, wait a minute. We both are against the welfare system. We're both against the tax, how these politicians are spending our money. So do you think I'm going to be as stupid as you and pay income tax? I don't think so. I'm going to be setting up everything I do as a nonprofit so that I can be more in control of where my money goes to. Guy didn't quite like that. Says, oh, you're finding a way to beat the system, and kind of rubbed it in his face because he wanted to put down all single mothers are just, breeders and druggies and stupid lazy people that don't want to do anything. It's like, okay, I've been doing a lot of research, been doing a lot of healing, doing everything I can to get off that system. So, but I'm a lazy person. I don't think so. But if I did set up a nonprofit, one thing I would do is put a lot of my money into raising people that are on this system, giving them opportunities. I told the guy I'd be giving them more clothes and better food and some transportation. Happens to be a lot of things that are needed. If you start feeling good about yourself, you have opportunity, you present well, you're able to eat good food, you get a lot healthier. It will definitely get you off a welfare system, especially if you have any good ideas that are good for your country. Then we need some way of funding that. So if I set up a nonprofit, actually what I'd be doing is getting a lot more people off a welfare system that he happens to be complaining about, but he thinks that I'm a bad guy for even doing that, that I'd be beating the system. I suppose what he wants me to do is go out and be a slave and work in maybe, like a factory or something, do something with my arms, which I've worked so hard to heal, and destroy my arms again so that I can get back on this welfare system and just repeat the cycle all over again. Not. The idea is to listen to yourself and follow your purpose, because whatever your purpose is, do what you love and you'll never work another day of your life. And as long as it's contributing to your society, you're actually building up your society, you're doing things right. But he wants me to go back into a slavery mentality where I make barely minimum wage, feel really happy about most of my income going into income tax, and letting a bunch of politicians line their own freaking pockets and give away to corporations, and let the big corporations make all of the profit for my friggin' labor. I don't know. Are we insane or what, or is it just me?